So going back to Romans 9, uh, Romans 9 and 8, picking up from the last video, it says, that is, those who are the children of the flesh, these are not the children of Yahuwah. So, those who are the children of the flesh, these are not the children of Yahuwah. So, in other words, to break it down to some who may not understand, it said those, referring to the other people, not just one nation, but the other nation. He said those who are the children of the flesh, these are not the children of Yahuwah. The Most High never claimed them to be his children, but the children of the promise are reckoned as the seed. So we done already read in Genesis, Isaac was the one born according to the promise. Any other nation outside of him was born according to the flesh. That's why Paul said those, not he, but he said those who are the children of the flesh. So Israel was born after. We're going to pick that up. We're going to go back to Galatians chapter 4. Pick it back up at verse 23. But he who was of the female servant was born according to the flesh, and he of the free woman through promise. So just bringing in more clarification that he that was born through the promise was Isaac. So let's continue to read. We're going to pick up at verse 28. He said, and we, brothers, as Isaac was, we are children of the promise. How do we know that we are children of the promise? Because going back to Romans 9. Going back to Romans 9. He said, but we as Isaac was. We're going to go Romans 9 verse 9. For this is the word of promise. At this time I shall come, and Sarah shall have a son. And not only so, but Rivka, having conceived by one our father Isaac. Yet, before they were born or had done any good or evil, in order that the purpose of Yahuwah according to the choice. So Rivka is Rebecca, having conceived by one, our father Isaac. So Paul is going somewhere with this. So we already know Isaac, he had two sons, Jacob and Esau. So this is where Paul is going into depth with it. He said, yet before they were born or had done any good or evil, in order that the purpose of Yahuwah according to the choice might stand, not of works, but of him who calls. Verse 12, it was said to her, the greater shall serve the lesser. That's Genesis 25 to 23. Verse 13, at it has been written, again, there we see, at it has been written, which means that it's written somewhere in the Old Testament, Jacob I have loved, but Esau I have hated. So that's in Malachi chapter 1, verse, you can read verse 1 to 3 for that. So Paul was stating that before these kids was even born, the Most High had already set it in stone that he was going to love Jacob and he was going to hate Esau. So, and going back to Galatians, that let us know that, because he never says that what I'm pointing out is the fact that Paul never said in this chapter Israel. So you have to figure out who he is talking to. You have to actually put in some deep work into who he is talking to. When he said, and we, brothers, as Isaac was, are children of the promise. What other nation have the Most High made a promise to? We didn't already read that the Ishmaelites are of the flesh. They're not of the promise. So we're gonna continue to read in Galatians chapter 4. But as he who was born according to the flesh then persecuted him born according to the Spirit, so also now. Verse 30. But what does the writing say? There it goes again. What does the scripture say? The writings, aka Old Testament. Cast out the female servant and her son, for the son of the female servant shall by no means be heir with the son of the free wife. That's Genesis 21 and 10. Let's go there real quick. Genesis 21 and 10. It says, and so she said to Abraham, drive out this female servant and her son. This is what Sarah is saying. For the son of this female servant shall not inherit with my son Isaac. So Sarah already knew that it was a promise that they was going to have, that her children was going to be heirs. They was going to make children of kings, governors, rulers. And Abraham, as when you all read the story, Abraham, he knew what to do, but let's keep reading on what the Most High said. And the matter was very evil in the eyes of Abraham because of his son. So Abraham didn't like it because that was his son. But Yahuwah said to Abraham, let it not be evil in your eyes because of the boy and because of your female servant. Whatever Sarah has said to you, listen to her voice. For in Isaac your seed is called. The same thing Paul was quoting about in Romans 9. He wasn't talking about no gravitation of other nations. For in Isaac your seed is called. And the son of the female servant I also make a nation because he is your seed. So yeah, Ishmael was made a seed, but Isaac was for the promise. And Isaac had children, Esau and Jacob, but the Most High loved Jacob and hated Esau. We can't argue with that. Whatever the Most High's will is, that is his will, as he said it in Romans 9:15. For he says to Moses, I shall favor whomever I favor, and I shall have compassion on whomever I have compassion. Exodus 33 and 19. So then it is not of him who is wishing, nor of him who is running, but of Yahuwah who shows favor. So that kind of hopefully you brothers and sisters are getting a little understanding on that. Going back to but Galatians chapter 4:31. He said, therefore, brothers, there he go again saying brothers. We know as we went over in the beginning of this lesson, he considered his brothers to be Israel. So in other words, he says, therefore, Israelites, Israel, we are not children of the female servant, but of the free woman. So in other words, since we're of the free woman, that means we are of the promise. Israel is of the promises that was made, that was given to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, not any other nation. So we are the ones to be adoption of sons. Galatians chapter 4, once you actually study these things and you actually read and keeping the commandments, the Most High, He will reveal to you mysteries that other people will not be able to receive. I believe that's I think that's in Psalms. See if I can pull that out. There we go. says Psalms 125, Psalms 25, verse 14. The secret of Yahuwah is with those who fear Him, and He makes His covenants known to them. Psalms 111, verse 10, talking about fear. The fear of Yahuwah is the beginning of wisdom. All those doing them have a good understanding. His praises standing forever. So all of us who are keeping the Most High commandments, He will give you wisdom, a good understanding. So that will be the end of this little quick lesson on who Paul was talking to in the book of Galatians. If you guys don't understand that, I mean, you can always, write down your comments or ask questions, whatever the case may be. But wait a minute, real quick. Also, when you go back to verse 3:16, it said, "But the promises were spoken to Abraham and to his seed." He does not say into seeds with the S, which means plural, more than one, as of many, but as of one, and to your seed, who is Mashiach. So, yeah, it's only one nation. And the Messiah, is to redeem those who are under the law. No other nation is under the law but Israel. So, again, hopefully you brothers and sisters have an understanding of that. If not, you can always ask questions. And on that note, I want to say, Barakatah, Ab Yahuwah, Hakai, Alua, Shayasharal, Bahashim, Yahshua, Mashiach. Shalom to Yasharal, Shabbat